Well, hello and welcome back. We have 5 tips on scoring big points in the Army Combat Fitness Test. So we're going to go through them one at a time pretty quickly for you. Number 1 is the deadlift. When you're doing your deadlift, it is important, well, I would say it's essential that you have done your 3 repetition deadlift prior to the event so that you know how much you're capable of lifting. With that information going in, you can make your attempts and get your highest score without having to guess and then find out on the day of the event that the weight you put on the bar is either too much or too little, losing big points. Number 2 is that hanging leg tuck. And for the hanging leg tuck, what we're finding out is you need to know the standard. The standard as we know it, of course, check with your judge before going into the event. But the standard right now, as we know it, the elbows must touch the knees or the thighs. It's not good enough for the knees to touch the triceps. You have to get all the way to the elbow, or the elbow has to touch somewhere along the thigh. So training on your pulling strength, your pull-ups and things like that are going to help as well as the other tips that we've already provided. So know those standards. Number 3 on the standing power throw. It is critically important to get some max air on that ball. When working with folks, we'll go in, they'll toss the ball as far as they can behind them. And the problem is they're thinking about throwing it downfield as far as possible, but you need to get air on that ball. And if anything at all, toss it high and you're going to be surprised. Our biggest tip on this one is to videotape your practice so you can see and time your release so you can get maximum air on there. Maximum air means maximum distance, and you're going to score big points that way as opposed to losing points. Number 4 is on the 2-mile run. Of course, the 2-mile run has always been part of the Army fitness test, and it is still a part of the Army Combat Fitness Test. So you need to know what your 2-mile pace is so that when you're running your first half a mile, you don't run too fast. If you're going into the event, you should run your first half a mile at your running pace. That means not too fast, not too slow. So you need to know what your 2-mile pace is going to be. Best way to do that is to get out there, time yourself on a 2-mile course and see what your time is. Then your first 400 meters, your first half a mile should be at that pace. Number 5, the final thing here, it helps us on the sprint, drag, and carry, and this is about intensity. We need to be training at high intensities or higher intensities. So if our current training is all about strength or all about endurance or a little cardio and some strength, that neither one of those things is going to actually help you in this event. You need to train with higher intensity interval training, CrossFit style workouts, and that is going to give you your sprint speed. Those are our 5 tips for the Army Combat Fitness Test. Thank you guys so much. Please follow, like, share, and comment down below so we can keep track of how you're doing, and we'd love to hear any suggestions you have or things you want to hear on future videos. Take care and have a great day. Bye now.